First week on the road with Meadow ended up being really good. She is a great camp dog and sticks by my side the entire time we're out on trail, which I love. And on our way back, we were driving down the road, and I'm like, is that a horse on top of this really tricked out, funky looking hippie mobile? And sure enough, it is. So I was driving down the interstate, and here's this orange horse with these hippie people driving this crazy car, and it was cool to see that driving down the road. So anyway, got back to our place. It's been pretty nice weather past couple days, but then it turned cold last night, so we ended up having a little bit of snow. But this is prior to that, and I've been doing odd job stuff around the place, just kind of like cleaning up the property. I'm wanting to kind of do something different with this little storage area. And then I need to get my shelves figured out for the slide-out extension, put those back in there just to have storage space for my clothes. And then picked up some more license plates, so we're going to get those all dialed in on the slide-out extension. But first, it's time for some lunch. So. You are getting so big, girl. Hey, come here. Let me see your foot. Come here. Let me see your foot. Come here. Got some new filming equipment here. I'm pretty stoked about it. Got the drone, the DJI Mini 4 Pro, I think is what it is. And it's amazing how small they make these things these days. And look at this thing. It's got the sensor control. It's got the tracking and everything. And that thing, I mean, this is my, it fits in the palm of my hand. And this is wild. And then I got the new GoPro. Some other GoPros, they're all broken. Let's see, I think it's... Other GoPros are broken. So got this one. This is the digital creator media kit. This one has like extra microphone on it. And then the gimbal, or the little stand on it here, has some different functions. So you can control the GoPro. So I'm going to use that. And then it's also got like some different... what's this one here? Oh yeah, that's the light. So I can do like some nighttime stuff, which is nice. So essentially what I want to do is set my game when it comes to, the video production. And so the new drone is going to help, because the old drone, actually, the picture was crooked, and I had to go in and edit it all the time. I wrecked that drone so many times that it was just not working well. And the tracking on it didn't work, and some other things didn't work. And so it's going to be nice to have a drone that's actually, dialed in. And then, see here, I had to put in the stove last night. It actually got pretty cold. Got down to like... I think it was like 33. It was snowing at like 7 p.m. and it snowed until about midnight. And then after that, it let up. And then this morning, it just melted real fast. But got the stove in to just, at least for today and tomorrow. It's still pretty cold out right now. And what's nice is, though, when I put the stove in, all I do is I just take the window jamb and just put it back in there, and then take the window panes and put them in. Then I leave the middle one out, and that's where I put the stove jack on there. And it's so ghetto. If you look here, I have it put up there with duct tape. So there's no wall or anything in between here. It's just duct tape. And that's what I have all winter, to keep the snow out. But it works, and it's easy. So doesn't have to be perfect, This little one wants to go outside. You want to go outside, Pumpkin? All right, let's go outside. She's got a little bit of a tear. It looks like one of her pads tore on her feet. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that, because I don't want her to, have any sort of infection that gets in there or anything like that. Look at all this stuff that we got from Sandy and Roman. So it's got her all dialed in with a bunch of freeze-dried food. And then also we've got some bone broth here that's dehydrated. Just add some water to it and you get everything going. And she loves this stuff. She's like full attention when this stuff is on deck. But we've got a ton of food here, and all this stuff is great for nomad livings, because since we're gonna go ahead and head back out this week, all this stuff is great because it's easy to store, it's easy to make, and it doesn't have a whole lot of odor to it, and it doesn't spoil. One thing I'd recommend to stay clean while you're on the road is get one of these Ryobi little handheld vacuum cleaners. These things are amazing. Absolutely great to have. It's 18 volts. You just put one of those tiny little battery packs in the back there, plug it in, you're good to go. And it's a great way to keep your truck and your entire living spaces clean back in here. Now, if you look also, I've got some plywood in here. Reason for that is we're gonna start to redesign the shelves that I have on both sides of the truck top right here. Pumpkin, don't knock that off. So we're gonna redesign those, and then also I'm gonna put in one shelf on the side over there so I can prepare breakfast and do coffee and stuff like that in the morning and have like a stabilized cooking space. And then I need to figure out what to do with the roof, because I still haven't done anything about the roof on the slide out extension here. But I do like the way these plates have lined up, and I love the way it looks over here too. I think those turned out well. I'm going to mix and match these though. I'm going to take this one off and probably put it down here, and then take this one off and put it here, and that way it's a little bit more spaced out and not just a big blob of white right here. And then I don't really know what I'm going to do with this yet, but it'll probably involve more of these license plates. So we'll have to figure it out. But what I was thinking too is that way, this wood is really nice. This is birch. I could stain it a little bit and put it up there. And then on the underside, I could put a few of these license plates just to kind of carry on with the theme, which I think is kind of cool. I do like this license plate theme. I think it's worked out really well. And I think it looks great. So it's pretty unique looking. And a lot of people will be like, oh, you can't have those when you're rolling around. But just keep in mind that, you know, the slide out extension is pushed in. And then the tint that I have here is pretty good. It's a pretty dark tint. And so the cops can't see it when I'm driving around. So there's no risk of them thinking like, oh, he's trying to sport like a Minnesota or Indiana license plate. So we're all good. You want some treats? Come here. Let's get you some. Let's get you some more treats. Come on. You gobbled those down before I could even get the camera down there. Are you ready? We're gonna keep this one enclosed. There you go. Good girl, Meadow. One more thing, my boat showed up here. So this is the SeaEagle PackFish 7, and you can see there's not really rudders on it, but these are kind of they kind of fill in for that, so it kind of helps you track a little bit better in the water. So let me open this up here. I'll show you how big this thing is. All right, so that's it right there. It's about, I think, about 5 feet long, or a little bit longer than that, maybe about 6 total. And then I do have a chair that comes in and sits right, I think it's in the back there. And then the front here is got the oars. You can put the oars in on both sides, and then the packs right there for storage. Then I like it too that you've got a measuring deal there, so you can see how big your fish are that you're catching. And then on the bottom side here, I think there's, yeah, so I got the extra straps to go here. So what I can do is I can put on a backpack straps on the back of this, and that way when it's all inflated, and if I'm at a lake, a high altitude lake, and I want to go to a lake that's nearby, I don't have to power this thing down and deflate it and pack it away. I can just put those straps on, put it on my back, and pack it over to the next lake. It's not the most lightweight thing on the planet. I think the pack without like the floor or the oars or anything is like just the boat itself, I think, is like 16 or 17 pounds. So it's not super lightweight, but you know, I mean, it's a boat. So I'm pretty excited for that to have in the backcountry. And we're going to test it out hopefully sometime later this week. This weather just continues to just not lighten up at all. It's always spitting a little bit of rain. It's cold. So I think we're gonna spend the rest of the day inside. We're just gonna relax and kind of hang out and wait for this weather to pass. And by tomorrow it's supposed to warm up. Hey, sweetie. By tomorrow it's supposed to warm up a little bit, and then by Monday I think we're back up in the 70s. So, all right, everybody, have a good Saturday. I don't know what video we'll have for you tomorrow, but we'll have one. Probably one of this little girl going crazy. So, thanks for tuning in. Have a good weekend.